G'day guys and girls, Box back, and today we are back with, bloody fly would you, we are back with Space Engineers. So I've started a new game on the exact same setting. I went through a few of the other ones and it just seemed either way too easy or just impossible to start. So I'm going to start this game off a little bit differently than we did last time. Last time we just mined around, flew this big behemoth around, but I think what we're going to do this time is we're going to make a smaller ship. Not too much smaller, probably the size of this base here, and it's going to hold everything. It's not going to have conveyors and everything else attached to it. It's just going to be simple, walk in, refine everything, then put it in the storage, you know, that sort of deal where we manually have to do everything. But it'll be a functional ship, and we can go on and do conveyors a little later in a base form, and make a bigger ship later on. It's not going to be a, I was going to have it as a drilling ship. It might have a drilling ship attached to it so we can mine a little bit easier. But for now, we're going to dismantle this and build our other ship. And to get started with that, we're going to need parts. The plan is we want it sort of functionable. The most important thing is getting the medibay up and running. So we'll need power. It will need a good platform to begin with as well. And for that, we'll need legs. So we're going to pull apart some of these things bit by bit. This ship's going to look smaller and smaller, so that's a good thing. What I'll do is I'll sort of get the gist of what my plans are going, show you a bit of the building, and I'll do the bulk of this dismantling of this ship because it's going to take forever, especially with this level 1 little machine going. We'll do that a little bit later. I'll come back with it a little bit later, probably do it all off camera, and finish the ship off camera too, because it can be a lengthy process, but I'll try to bring you in with some of it anyway. So let's get into it. The reason I've uploaded this video, it's going to be a toss-up if I do another Joy of Creation or this. It depends. I'm just stuck on the stage with that at the moment. Didn't want to do that. I wanted to actually go to the refinery and start putting some things into place. The first thing we'll need to do actually is let's make one of these legs. Let's get into it straight away. Yeah, a bit stuck on Joy of Creation, so I'm going to skip that a little bit. If I get it done today, because it's taken so much of my time, so is this, but I know I can get forward with it. That game I'm just stuck on. There's no other way of getting around it. I'm just stuck. Let's orientate this sort of with the ship a little bit out of the way from it. That's probably good. We're not going to do too much building underneath this leg, so we'll orientate it away where, yeah, that looks good right there. So we'll finish building this. We should have all the parts. We've just been dismantling that, and that's sort of the key. I'm going to pretty much lay out the framework for everything before I do anything else. Basically, this is going to be a really long ship. Basically, might have done it a little bit too close, but not to worry. Probably about there. That'll probably do it. Actually, one more. Do it one more. We'll start plating these up a little bit. Just make it a little bit stronger structure. I'm going to be recycling the ship as we go as well, so if I need more of these plates, I can go ahead and just get straight into that. But I'm going to lay the frame for everything, so I'm not going to tear everything down exactly. I'm going to let the framework be done, and the main thing is one of the reactors. We want to keep one of the reactors on here so we can, once we start building it, we can start using the faculties on the ship straight away. It's probably the best idea about going about it. I've tried it before, and I had everything going to plan. The only thing I was missing was power to the new ship. The other ship didn't have a medibay, so I couldn't even build one because I was out of power. I just couldn't go anywhere from there. Making this a little bit quicker than last time. I was sort of stuffed around a little bit. But yeah, I was devastated when that happened because I had to restart this again, but bring you guys in. It was drowning out a little bit too long in my recording too. Alright, so we need armor. Best place to get it is this. We'll take this interior light too. But we're just going to bring this stuff down. And slowly but surely this this thing will look smaller and smaller. When we need thrusters, we'll scavenge the thrusters for their parts. We're just going from there. Pretty sure every part's recycled. When you cut it down, you get all the parts back. But yeah, we're slowly getting through it. We will slowly get through it. We have just started. I just forgot that I started a new game, and it's going to be a lengthy process. So I'm going to get a little bit further ahead on the ship, and then I'll come back. Alright guys, first hurdle is we need to get these machines up and running so we can start producing stuff. So I think we go into control panel, turn assembler on. We'll have to go to starts with an R, refinery. That's what we'll need, refinery. So we go there, we've got to make sure that's on. Oxygen tank, yep, oxygen generator. Probably not going to have any of that on the ship. I'm going to have the oxygen bottles, I guess, probably the best way to do it. Not sure about that mechanic yet. Okay, we got the refinery working. The reason we needed that one going is that we needed to make some stuff. We needed some interior. So what is it? Interior plate. How many do we need? We need 20 for this, so we'll just get 20 of that. We're not going to build the whole thing yet. That will all be done at once. Building all the structures except for the main body of the ship itself. So we're going to go here, we'll do 20 of them, and there we go. Everything's up and running. Should probably take that out of the inventory. There we go. That works much better when you're trying to do stuff. So let's just put it there. We don't want it facing there. We want it facing that way. We're going to put some glass here and make yeah, like a standard front of the ship. It's not going to be pretty. It's going to be all white. That should. We don't want it completely out of material because it will break. But well, I guess the other ones, it's not going to matter because we're not going to smash into it. Be a bunch of dickheads. All right, so we want some glass panels. Well, we're just going to cover the front because I don't think there's any angled ones. So we're just going to do one by one. Put that in that slot, and that takes grinder and bulletproof glass. It's going to be an external thing, so we're going to, as girder, not grinder. It's an external thing, so we'll build this whole thing. So we need, I believe it was 30 of them and 75 of these. Okay, that it? Do we not have? Oh, that's bulletproof glass. We don't want to do that, do we? Yeah, that's what we wanted, wasn't it? We should have enough. Where would we get silicon from? Missing items. Silicon waffle. It's I'm sure we've had it before. Right, actually, let's go do that. All right, we should be able to. All right, cool. We'll stop it when it gets about 70 there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. We can take that into our inventory. Get moving on the next thing. We just want the glass at the front. That's how we're going to see. We want it pretty much built. This thing's going to have a what's it called? A ore finder or ore detector. That's something I'm going to have planned for it. And let's do some light armor. So I'm just going to shape the front of this ship a little bit. We won't put a roof on it quite yet. That will come a little later. We're going to have it all nice and open for the meantime. And then we'll go on from there. But it's pretty much just going to be this shape. And it might kick out a little bit in the rear of the ship. But it's going to be essentially a long tube with the main purpose of collecting, and like a mobile base, but it won't be all automated like this one. The next ship maybe will be automated. The base that we'll eventually make will be automated. But that's something we can look forward to in the future. Right now we're just going to get this one all done and dusted. We need to make a wall barrier. Now the problem with this ship compared to that big ship is if I stuffed up in the big ship, it would just destroy pieces of the ship that was already essentially destroyed. With this one, it's going to kill me, pretty much. So we're going to have to be really careful with this little ship, not fly into any asteroids. And we might do a little attachment where we might have a flat bit near the middle of the ship where we can attach a small mining drill ship sort of thing. That is my plan for it anyway. If that will happen, we'll have to wait and see about that. But I'm going to keep on and I'll be right back. Okay guys, I'm back. I've pretty much laid out this ship, and what I've done is it's more function than form. Really is just to house all the necessary things we'll need. So at the front, I'm going to have the ore detector right at the front. I've got my bedding bay here. I've got the refinery and then the assembler behind it. And then we'll open up to this larger room here. And this will be the reactor that powers this thing. And I believe that's an oxygen generator, which we need ice to create oxygen. But we'll go to that a little later. And here's our storage, our cargo bay, and a gyroscope. So I'm pretty sure that's all we need for now. The ship itself will not be oxygenized. This is pretty much the best way to get it for us, I think, with such a small ship, because we can use another oxygen farm, which just takes away from the sun, but it's very weak in making it. So we're just going to fill up our bottles every time we stop. We'll pick up ice and throw in there. And basically that's about it for this ship. What I'm going to do first of all is get power to it, and then pretty much make the necessary production things we'll need along the way. Probably storage will be the next one, because I can't really move forward until we get some storage at least somewhere. So power's first, which we're going to take from this generator just because it's right here. Oh, excuse me. So we can pick up things from here and go directly to the ship like this and put it straight on there. And we'll do walls around it a little later, but that's not really an issue. And then the last thing we'll put on is the thrusters, make it look sort of like a ship, I guess. Alright, that's taken all of that. Oh, straight away, boom, full inventory. This shouldn't take too long at all. We need steel plate. Need more steel plate, okay. Can we get steel plate from you? I'm hoping this works. We can just put it in the cargo bay. No, we need steel plate. Still need steel plate. No, I think we can do this because it's getting rid of our inventory. So I'm going to keep on doing this. Once the ship's a little bit nicer, I'll come back. Alright guys, so I've gone ahead and I've pretty much built all the systems that we need on the ship. I wasn't sure how I was going to get this oxygen to the oxygen tank. I just decided to put a tank there too, why not? There's one in there, so I may as well build it. I'm not sure if you can just use conveyors like that or not, or you need to use the tubes. Not sure. Pretty much from here, I'm just dismantling it. I'm going to put rockets on this thing in a minute. Got to take off the top layer of that just so we got a little bit more room. Still haven't done this thing. We should nearly have all the components except for the detector components. We need some motors, but we've got a stockpile of parts left over, and we're going to have a lot more once we start getting into that. So I'll be back as soon as I'm finished with the ship, I guess, and yeah, we'll have a final look over it. I still got to put doors on this as well, and a roof, obviously. So it's going to get bigger as it gets to the back, and I still haven't decided if we're going to put one big thruster in the middle at the back, and then maybe two smaller ones, and then we'll just have the two smaller ones at the front. Not sure how we're going to do it yet. Just made the base shell of it. We might not even get to it this episode, but I'll try to figure it out. Oh, we found a piece floating in space. When you're pulling apart that, certain pieces, once they get unstuck from the ship, they'll just float away. But we're trying to save every last scrap of metal as we can use. It's actually taken a lot more than I thought. It's actually not that much smaller if you really think about it. It's not going to have these big wings. It's going to need some thrusters, that's for sure. Probably not 3 at the back, because you know, that might be overpowered. Maybe 2. maybe one might work. But I was thinking maybe just have them here, side to side, and maybe a big one at the front. That might not work. But I'll figure something out. I looked over there at the camera for some reason. You guys are there. So I'll come back. This is nearly complete. All I've got to do is just pretty much close this all in. Then we'll throw some rockets on it and see how she flies. And then pretty much that'll end the episode. I'll go continue offline destroying all this shit. So I'll be right back. Okay guys and girls, so it's dark now. I actually went through and pretty much finished the ship off, ended the video, and for some reason it cut out the end of the video. So as you can see, I don't know if you can see it because of the cursor in the way, there is a button to get rid of the HUDs. No, you still can't see it. My guy's got his mask open. Now there you can sort of see it there. I've got this oxygen thing behind us working. Okay, I'm crouching for some reason. Got this working. It was just normal conveyors, and you put a air vent on top of it. So we have oxygen in here, so I can have my mask open and not using the bottle of oxygen. I'll put that mask back on because I accidentally went outside a second ago with it open and it took some of my health away. We also got gravity in here as well. I added that there just to help with mining. I'll show you that in a second, but this thing's pretty much all done. It's got thrusters everywhere. That other ship is gone. It didn't take me as long as I thought because what I did, if you can look down the bottom, I upgraded all my tools, and this grinder just cuts through it like butter. It took no time at all. So the ship's gone. There might be a few parts floating through space because I was cutting stuff down that quickly that I wouldn't know when my inventory was full. I accidentally did it with a couple of the thrusters. Didn't even know I was cutting the thrusters. It just went through that quickly. But I'll show you quickly what I've been doing. I just wanted to get a bit of ice before I did the next episode, but because I've got gravity pulling down from this ship, I've got a hole here somewhere already. Well, we can make a fresh hole, I guess, because I can't find it now. You'd think I'd notice a big hole. Here it is over here. As you can see, it goes straight down. So when I cut a bit of ice, it falls down because of the gravity from the ship, which is makes hand drilling a little bit easier. We can pick this up, get more oxygen. So pretty much all the ores on this island, we're not going to worry about we're not going to worry about the iron. We should have plenty from that ship. But what I'm going to do off camera is pretty much just pick up some uranium just to power this thing. It's only got a day's worth of fuel. A lot of things going on in this little ship. But we've got the big reactor, so it's got plenty to power it. So yeah, this is how I've sort of sorted out my thrusters. I haven't really gone for a test. As you can see, I haven't really flown away from this asteroid. But I put 2 of the big ones on the back, 3 on top, 3 on the bottom, and 2 on each side, and 2 at the front. So that's pretty much what I got sorted for there. What I'm going to do here in this small area here, I might have to move these thrusters or do something else with them. But my plan is, I got rid of the leg there. Can't remember what it's called. The landing gear. I'm going to put a landing gear on my little miner, which I'm going to attach to the bottom. So when we travel, we can go anywhere. I could also put a sort of a system where it just locks into it and it takes the resources out of it. But the way I've got this ship, really can't do that. That will be for a future build, I think, when we make our bigger mining ship and with its own drill ship. This is just like a start off. You know, it should do well. It looks pretty good. It does need a bit of color maybe. I won't go too hard with that because there's a lot of intricate little like blocks I've built in here that might be a little bit hard to hit with the color. That's what I found last time I went through this game. But yeah, this will be a new series because we failed on the last one. But then I'm thinking I might do another series after we've done this, based on one of the planet maps. We can try that later because I don't think we can find a planet. There's that donut planet. We're gonna fly there next, even though it's probably gonna only be iron. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Big ship gone. Not a problem with my new tools. I'm not sure about how quick this welds up because I already finished building my ship when I got my components. Also, what was stopping me getting these not these components, but the components is what was stopping me before upgrading my tools. And I needed components for this gravity thing. It needed what was it? It was gravity generator components, and I didn't have the silver or gold that was needed. But luckily in the assembler, if you put something into it, so let's say we put a gun from an inventory into the assembler, we go to production and we go to disassemble, can't even say that word, and you can just disassemble things, the thrusters, and there was something else, thrusters, not engines. Whoop, no, it's in my inventory now. Well, I can show you how it works now. I can't remember what was in it, but there was another one that had the required stuff. So what do I got to do? I got to do this. I got to get this out of. No, it's not in my inventory. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so you just press disassemble and it does that. Disassemble. Anyway, probably the only things I might want to do is put guns on this ship. I'm not sure. I might make a separate fighter when we get a bigger ship so we can attack them. They killed us last time. This is the new series. I'm gonna try to play this one for quite a while. Make a big base. Try to make a bit of a series out of it. There was one other thing I had to do. That's right. I had to get rid of my ice. Bit of ice in there. Get us some oxygen. Well, that oxygen, there's nothing in it, so we can do that. It should fill up. Fills up straight away. Hydrogen's a little low. It should fill up the hydrogen as well. Hydrogen's full now. So the hydrogen pretty much does our thrusters for our jetpack. So I hope you guys did enjoy this. The second time I'm doing it. It's ridiculous. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up if you did enjoy this episode. Leave a comment. What colour do you want this thing? I'm thinking my standard purple. I am a fan of the colour purple. It's a really flat bottom to this ship, but you know, what are you going to do? We're going to put another ship attached to the bottom of it. And yeah, please subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate it. And you can see more videos from me. But most importantly, guys, you just have a great day and a fulfilling life. See you next time.